Okay, next up, I'm with the world's leading UFO expert, Nick Pope. Used to work at the Ministry of Defence, manning their UFO desk, and now he's the go-to authority on anything unidentified aerial phenomena. I think they're called now, Nick, is that right?
Yes, it is. We rebranded it a few years ago. UAPs, not UFOs.
Okay, thank you for coming on the show. What are you up to at the moment? I see you're very, very busy. There's lots going on, it seems.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I have lived in the United States for 10 years now. And of course, UFO-wise, this is right at the center of an ongoing series of revelations. We've seen the New York Times reveal the existence of the Pentagon's ATIP program. We've seen the US Navy videos. We've had classified briefings in Congress, multiple UFO provisions in the new defense bill. It's all happening. And of course, I've been very much at the heart of a media firestorm on this, doing a whole lot of TV news interviews, documentaries, live events, etc.
Absolutely. I mean, do you think, because I've seen the Tic Tac videos and they seem amazing to me, if what we're seeing is correct, doing maneuvers that no kind of terrestrial vehicle that we know of can do. So, I mean, do you think that there's possibility that these sightings are extraterrestrial, or is it something more earthbound? What do you think?
Well, it's possible, yeah, absolutely. And that's the debate that the United States Congress is having right now. The Intelligence Committee is looking, the Armed Services Committee is looking in both the Senate and the House. So, you know, yeah, the extraterrestrial hypothesis has not been taken off the table. That's my understanding. But of course, also in the mix is the, I guess, equally, if not more disturbing theory that this could be adversary technology, maybe some breakthrough, some quantum leap development in terms of aircraft, missiles, or drones by China or Russia. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, that would be scary, wouldn't it? I mean, is there also the possibility that it could be sort of reverse engineered from, say, a down spacecraft? Is that a possibility, or is that?
Yeah, I don't think anything is off the table right now, and that's why after years of this being regarded as some sort of fringe conspiracy theory, part science fiction, part just silly season stuff. Now, this is right in the heart of the mainstream media, the mainstream political, military, intelligence community effort to find out what's going on. And you know, at this stage, I really wouldn't rule anything out.
No, fair enough. I mean, do you think also the US government is holding back stuff that they know more than they're giving away at the moment?
For sure. I mean, I don't know whether that means they are literally guardians of the secret that this is truly extraterrestrial, or whether it's more a case that they know something's going on. They've got more data and they're not saying. I mean, one area which has recently been put in the spotlight is, and it's kind of common sense, people have thought this for years but never really articulated it, is the fact that, look, if these things are being seen, why aren't they being tracked on military satellites? Yeah, okay. You've got all sorts of satellites up there, reconnaissance satellites looking at missile silos, that sort of thing. Why aren't they picking up these UFOs? The answer is that they are. But of course, that's the side of it that's highly classified and deeply compartmentalized, and we'll probably not hear about in any public forums.
No, okay. Okay, moving aside, I just want to ask you about, because this is a music show mainly, what musical taste? What's your favorite band?
Oh my goodness. Well, my goodness, it goes, I suppose picking one is always tricky. But in terms of a singer who I really admire, not just for her singing, but her acting, her TV work, someone who I've met, someone whose gigs I've been to, I'm going to have to say Toya, going right back to my, back to my teenage years, I guess. And I was into, I guess I was of that era where people like Toya, Susie and the Banshees, Adam and the Ants.
Great stuff.
Yeah, and in parallel, I'm just going to throw a whole bunch, now we've got into that, throw a bunch of other bands that I like, certainly from those formative years. Blondie, of
Oh, yeah,
course.
yeah.
The Jam,
Yeah.
The Police, Madness. Yeah.
Classic stuff. Yeah, that's really good.
Classic stuff. And talking of classics, of course, we can't not name check the Beatles and the Stones and Buddy Holly and
well, you actually live in Tucson, Arizona, don't you? It's a line. It's a line from Get Back by the Beatles, so it's like
absolutely. And Paul McCartney, I think, still has a house here.
Does he?
I think so.
Oh, well, brilliant. Well, okay, didn't know that. That's amazing. Okay, and dare I mention football? I heard on the grapevine that you're an Arsenal fan. I know it's a bit sensitive.
Yeah, it's been a funny old season, up and down, and it looked as if it was fading into obscurity. Then we had a good run of wins, and it looked as if we'd be getting the first Champions League football in, well, too many years. And then couple of losses. Spurs had a good run, and then right on the last day, although the Arsenal won the last match, Spurs did too by a huge amount, but goal difference would have done for us anyway. So yeah, sadly, no Champions League football yet. Got to obviously take a look at things in the closed season and see what happens. And by the way, we can't do this interview without mentioning the fact that my namesake, Nick Pope, of course, is currently Burnley goalkeeper. A lot of speculation about his future at the moment. There's some amusing stories, as you can imagine, on social media. Occasionally we got tweets meant for each other. So I would get asked, why on earth on that penalty did you go to the right and not the left when form should have done? I'm like, oh, sorry, I should have done better.
Well, I need to interview him about UFOs now.
Yeah, ask him about Roswell.
He's probably a bit of an expert now.
But I mean, I obviously, because of the having the same name, I've sort of taken a little bit of an interest in him and his situation, and he's played obviously for England, knocking on the door, and there's a lot of speculation about whether he'll obviously want Premiership League, Premiership football next season. So there are various teams in the mix for him, and we'll see what happens. Good luck to him.
Well, at least you're not a Huddersfield Town fan. I'm a Huddersfield Town fan, and we nearly got to the holy grail of the Premiership, but
wasn't it Nottingham Forest?
Yeah, I mean, they were the better team on the day, so fair play. And they're a big team going up. And
of course, I remember the golden era of Brian Clough.
Yeah, precisely. So there's always next year, as football fans always say, but I guess there's always next year for full UFO disclosure.
Absolutely. And this summer, we've got the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident. That's obviously going to, I think, make international news. I'll be there.
I've got to go there. I've really got to. I've never been. And me
go on go on a road trip sometime and drive from, and it's amazing. It's amazing route. You fly into, you can fly into Roswell now, but if you fly into somewhere like Albuquerque, and you just drive for literally 200 miles with nothing through the desert. So make sure you tank up. But
excellent. I'd love to do that. Okay, well, thank you for being with us today, and we'll be let us know what's going on in the future. I mean,
I will do. Oh, and one final thing. I mean, I mentioned my formative musical interests. I should say that since I've come to the US, Elizabeth, my beautiful and talented wife, introduced me to country music, which I think not a lot of people, really understand unless they live it. And there are some absolutely amazing.
Okay, name a few. Can you name?
Well, okay. Obviously George Strait, Randy Travis, Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, Kenny Chesney, Mark Chesnutt.
Willie Nelson is still going. I can't believe it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Legend,
absolutely.
Legend, yeah. Absolutely.
So country music for me was the undiscovered genre that until I moved to the US, I just thought of it in rather cliched terms.
Yeah.
You know the old joke about what happens, what do you get when you play a country record backwards, and it's like you get your life back, you get your house back, you get your truck back. Yeah, but
I mean,
no, that masks
sure.
it's slightly unfair because it masks a deeper truth.
Yeah, I love country music. My band, the Pocket Gods, we were heavily influenced by the Byrds, and
Right.
they went through a country period where Graham Parsons joined. And Sweetheart of the Radio, you should check it out. It's one of the greatest albums of all time, in my opinion. It's an album by the Byrds. That's where country music became cool for the first time. And that's where I come from in terms of country music. But Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, they're all brilliant as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Nick. And
well, great to talk to you. And yeah,
nice to see you at Roswell.
Yeah, absolutely. And nice to have an opportunity to talk not just about UFOs, but you know, about music and football.
Yeah, thank you.